Right. So, hi, everyone, and welcome. Thank you so much for being here today on a Monday. I'm going to start today's information session with a number that I've seen all over the place now in the notary community. It's also obviously in headlines for lots of different reasons, and it's keeping financial planners, estate planning attorneys, and of course, mobile notaries busy right now. And that number is $84 trillion. And that is trillion with a T. And that's the amount of wealth that's expected to change hands over the next 10 years. They're calling this the Great Wealth Transfer. And it sounds really exciting, and it is. And in fact, I've seen some numbers up as high as $125 trillion. But there's a little problem in America. Although 82% of people say that estate planning is important, only 31% of them have a will in place, and just 11% have a living trust in place. So some of those plans are simply scribbled out uh, and hidden in a shoebox or under a mattress or in a couch or something. So it's not exactly airtight. And this lack of preparation leads to court delays, family disputes, massive legal costs, and it's all happening while grieving families are really just trying to find a way forward. And that's exactly why what we're talking about today is so important. This tool, this service that we're going to explore today, the Legacy Vault by My Life in Wishes, helps make sure that families are protected, organized, and supported during one of the most vulnerable times of their lives. So, quick question for you in the chat. Let's see if you're in a safe position to participate and play with us in the chat. We really appreciate that. How many of you on today's call know exactly where your own family's important documents are right now? Type a yes if you do, or a no if you don't. Ooh, Alyssa jumped right in there. Yes. Lisa says no. I just moved. So my answer's heck no. I have no idea.
Yeah,
Okay, let me ask you this. Would your kids know where your stuff is? Like, would they know how to take down your digital identities or where your documents are?
let,
Ooh, kind of.
let's take that a step further, Bill,
Yeah, sure.
and look at it this way. Those of us who have elderly parents or aged, do you know where all their stuff is? Because someday you're going to have to find it.
Yeah.
Let's say yes. Excellent.
Sorta. I think that's an answer I can get behind too. Awesome. Thank you for jumping in the chat and playing with us. Kent says, I am the elderly.
Me
I
too.
appreciate that. Now, before we go any further, I want to give you something special just for being here live with us today. One of the biggest challenges that we find with estate planning is simply getting the conversation started, right? Most people know they should do it, but they avoid it. They put it off and they just don't know where to begin. And that's where you, as notaries, have a real unique advantage. You're already one of the most trusted professionals in their lives, and you're invited into homes and offices and important moments. And people are just open up. They open up to you. So I'm going to give you in the chat, we're going to give you a free guide, a free resource, really, and you can use right away, a guide to sparking conversations about estate planning. So I'm going to paste that right here into the chat just for you who are on today's live call. If you're watching the replay, sorry you missed it. This is one of the perks of being live on the call. There it is. Takes me a minute to find it. And there you go. Now, you can share this with your clients, your friends, your family, even. It's designed to help people take that first step and really avoid the chaos and the heartache that comes from putting this off for too long. And remember, this isn't about giving legal advice. That's not what this is. It's just about opening the door, creating impact, and helping families or and people that we care about, whether that's clients or our family, just helps them protect their legacy. And you can have that guide right there in the chat. Now, I encourage you to take it, make it your own. Use it as a way to expand the conversations you're already having, because when you do, you realize you're not just stamping documents, and you're welcome, Lisa. You're changing lives, especially when you blend in the topic of today's information. And yes, Melissa, I'll send that out. Just hit me up via email, orders@notarycoach.com, or just reply to any of my emails. This is so important, and that's why so many estate planning attorneys and financial advisors, even tax advisors, use the legacy vault to help their clients. And now notaries get access to this exclusive service too. So whether you're a notary looking to elevate your value or make some serious income, or maybe you're just someone who wants to make a real difference in people's lives, this conversation we have today could change your life and the lives of your customers, your family, everyone that you care about. So, for those who don't know me, my name's Bill Soroka. I'm the founder of NotaryCoach.com. I'm the author of, I'm up to seven now. I'm up to seven best selling books that help me on my mission to help notaries service more customers, make more money, cultivate more joy, and build a business that thrives no matter what's going on. And you have a huge advantage to this. A notary public holds one of the most trusted offices in the country, if you think about it. While many other types of professional service providers are pounding on prospect doors, they're begging for business, they're trying to sell services, our customers call us. They invite us into their homes, into their offices, into their hospital rooms where they're most vulnerable. We're out on the tarmac. I've been in some really cool places, a meat locker, all to provide an essential service. And of course, sometimes if we're lucky, they even bake us cookies or enchiladas, or I've had a pancake breakfast before. This seal of the notary public is often the last and the final step of some of the most important life events that a person goes through. And that's what makes this role that we play and these responsibilities that we bear so important. No CPA or attorney ever gets cookies, but notaries get cookies, hugs, enchiladas, and sometimes tears. You're already trusted in ways that most of the other pros dream of being trusted and ingratiated. We're the last line of defense against fraud and identity theft. We get to bring compassion, empathy, fun, and of course, professionalism into these transactions. And we lay this foundation for a relationship that can last well beyond simply signing, dating, and stamping a piece of paper. So do me a favor. Let's keep playing in the chat. Awesome. Type the letter D for defense in the chat if you love protecting your customers. Oh, nice, John. Yeah. Got us a good group here on a Monday. This is why adding this legacy vault that we're talking about doesn't feel like selling so much. You're already in a role of trust. Sharing the vault is just an extension of the care you already give. Because we get to help people on their best days, like when they're buying a house or something, and on their worst days, when they're navigating the loss of a loved one. Some of the most moving moments of my career have been working with deathbed notarizations. Have you ever facilitated one of those? In the chat, type yes if you've been at a deathbed notarization. Yeah, Brenda. Guy has. Chandra too. Melissa says no. I'll say not yet. Kent definitely has. And Parker needed one for someone she loved. That's these moments. That's when you know in your heart that this work matters. And these bonds that we form creates trust, and it makes really our network that we create in this business, our database of clients, colleagues, friends, family, it makes it the most valuable asset that we own because people trust you already. And when you expand your trusted services, people are going to listen to you. And you've seen this already in action in our industry. This isn't new. Now, I'm going to rattle off some of the specialties that exist under the notary umbrella that so many of us have shifted to or added to our lines of service, maybe even some adjacent services. And when you hear the one that you offer, I want you to type the number that corresponds to that. And if it's more than one, that's fine. We all have multiple lines of service and revenue in here. So type a one in the chat if you offer apostille facilitation or courier services. Anybody do that? Type a one in the chat. Yeah, guy jumped right on that in Colorado. Okay, type a two if you offer fingerprinting services. Or a three if you offer wedding officiant services. Do we have any wedding officiants in here? There you go, Brenda in Washington. All right. Tony does. Okay, popular one, type of four if you offer trust delivery services. There's Melissa. Guy. Okay, a little different, adjacent though. Type of five if you're a licensed insurance agent. Any insurance agents on today's call? There's yeah. All right. Kent and Crystal. All right. And of course, our beloved real estate agents, type of six. If you're also a licensed real estate agent. Yeah, we got a few of those on today's call too. Look at that. Multiple streams of revenue. See, there's a lot that you can squeeze under the notary umbrella when you really want to or you really have to. That's one of the blessings I love most about this business. And today we're going to share with you another extension of your professional services. And if you offer any of those specialties that I just mentioned or services, you are in prime position to leverage this new program to help you stand out in all of those. We call this the Notary-Partner Program. This is an elevated opportunity that's usually been reserved only for attorneys and financial advisors and tax advisors, but now notaries get a seat at the table with access to an opportunity with incredible earning potential, one with absolutely no geographical boundaries. You can use this globally. And that can be such a relief for notaries that are entrepreneurs because we're usually bound by or bound to notarial acts and revenue producing activities within our own state, right? But this is different. This can be used anywhere. You can sell this to anybody. And this is the new Notary Partner Program with My Life and Wishes. So here's what you can expect today. I'm going to introduce you to John Braddock. He's the CEO of My Life and Wishes, and he's going to answer 3 questions for you in 10 minutes. What is the My Life and Wishes Legacy Vault? If you've never heard of it, he's going to tell you what it is. Then he's going to tell you who uses it. Then he's going to tell you how and why they use it. And once we get you up to speed on the My Life and Wishes Legacy Vault product, then John and I are going to talk in detail about the new partner program. That'll be a 10 to 20 minute presentation. And then those of you visionary notaries who get it and you see the size and the scope of this opportunity and how it can expand your services, we're going to make you a really incredible offer to join the Notary Partner Program today at the end. And then after that, we're going to open it up for Q&A. You've got me and you've got the CEO of My Life and Wishes here to answer any questions you have about this program. And of course, we have another special bonus for anyone who stays on to the end of this presentation. After we get through the Q&A, everyone who's still on the call, I'm going to give you a downloadable copy of John's best-selling book, Click Here When I Die, is what it's called. So I'm going to bring up John next. Just show me in the chat. Play with me in the chat. Who's ready to build more wealth, revenue, and security? Can you type ready in the chat to invite John Braddock up? All right. You guys are awesome on a Monday afternoon. I love it. John, I think they're ready for you. Please welcome the CEO of My Life and Wishes, best-selling author of Click Here When I Die, and my friend and business partner, John Braddock.
Thank you, Bill. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you all had a great weekend, and thank you for making time to join us on this Monday afternoon. For those who don't know me, I am John Braddock, the CEO and founder of the Legacy Vault by My Life and Wishes. As Bill mentioned, I am the author of the best-selling book, Click Here When I Die. That's what it's called because I kind of have a slightly irreverent sense of humor. So I'm the host of a podcast called Estate Planning Nightmares and How to Avoid Them, which is where we talk about real life stories of what not to do when it comes to planning. I'm also the curator and moderator of the twice a month Momentum calls. And I've spent the last 10 plus years helping families and professionals prepare for life's moments before they become full blown disasters. And that mission started after my wife and I personally got thrown into the chaos of trying to track down everything we needed to find when a loved one passed away with zero directions. Such things as, is there a will and a trust? Is there life insurance or policy somewhere? What's the location of all the bank accounts, retirement accounts, or other assets? I wonder who the attorney is, or the accountant, or the financial advisor. And not to mention all the digital identities, login credentials, and passwords. For us, it was like trying to solve a mystery blindfolded with one hand tied behind our backs. So we built the Legacy Vault, a simple, secure way to organize everything that your loved ones would need to know. Things like, where are all the important documents? What about the insurance policies, the investments and bank accounts? And speaking of insurance, did you know that there's over $1 billion in unclaimed life insurance in the United States? That's $1 billion. And it's simply because beneficiaries didn't know that their loved one or parent had a life insurance policy in the first place. The Legacy Vault helps solve that problem. As I like to say, the Legacy Vault, the scavenger hunt ends here. We also have a section to include place for all your trusted advisors and so much more. And it's all in one place. It's peace of mind in a digital box. And today we'll show you how the Legacy Vault as a business helps notaries just like you serve your clients in a much deeper way. Stand out from the crowd, or as Bill always likes to say, stand out in the sea of sameness, and even create an additional stream of income, all while simply helping people avoid some of the estate planning nightmares that I hear about every week on my podcast. So a quick question. You guys have been great putting things into the chat. So I want to keep going with that. Has anyone on today's call ever experienced the loss of a loved one or a close family member where you were responsible or had to assist in cleaning up all the final affairs, settling the affairs, sifting through drawers and boxes with really no idea where to begin? If so, would you put a one or a yes into the chat? Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Got a few. Yep. Twice. Wow. Yeah, that's the thing. For those who haven't experienced it, you will, unfortunately. We all will. Which is what makes the legacy vault so important now, is to make sure that we can help others avoid this scavenger hunt when the time comes. And I call it a scavenger hunt. I actually refer to it as the morbid scavenger hunt, because that's where families call it digging through dead dad's drawers. It's like my kids that have to come across the country and start digging through all my drawers to find things. Can you imagine if digging through dead dad's drawers was like a new reality TV show? Oh, except your kids are the ones starring in it. That wouldn't be so fair, because it's a nightmare for them. It's frustrating. It's confusing. It's time consuming and can be very expensive. All of which is not fair to them or anyone, especially in their time of grief and sadness, which of course is completely unavoidable if the deceased person had just simply taken the time to make things easier for them when the time came. Okay, so Bill asked me to address 3 questions. The first is, what is the legacy vault? The legacy vault is actually the missing piece to a complete estate plan. Everyone talks about wills and trusts, but what families actually experience is the morbid scavenger hunt, because they're scrambling for documents, passwords, and instructions when someone dies. And the vault ends that chaos. It's a secure cloud-based platform where families store life's most important details, their documents, their final wishes, accounts, instructions, organized and easily accessible when needed. So instead of confusion, family get clarity. Instead of stress, they get peace of mind. That's what the legacy vault really is. It's peace of mind in a digital box. So as we like to say, imagine if your loved ones could click one button and know exactly what to do, where things are, and how to carry out your final wishes. That's exactly what the legacy vault makes possible. It's a modern solution to an age-old problem, because too many families have been left scrambling and grieving and confused at the worst possible time of their lives. So the vault brings them that peace of mind, that organization, and that clarity. So the second question Bill asked was, who uses the legacy vault? Well, we serve a wide range of people, but there are 3 core groups tend to utilize the vault the most. We serve 2 major groups. First, professionals, estate planning attorneys, financial advisors, insurance producers, CPAs, and yes, notaries, who all want to elevate their value. They use the vault as a differentiator, a reason clients stay loyal and become referral magnets. And then second, families themselves, the ultimate end user, the parents, the caregivers, military families, business owners, retirees, anyone who's ever thought, if something happened to me, would my family know what to do? That's who uses it. In fact, all of our partners became vault users themselves, many times first, because they didn't want to leave their own loved ones with a mess. And so that brings us to a third question that Bill asked. He said, how and why do they use it? Well, I want to flip that. I'm going to start with the why. People use a legacy vault because they love their families and they want to leave a legacy, not a burden. They know life is unpredictable. They want to make sure that their wishes are clear and carried out, that their documents are organized, and that their family doesn't have to search and stress and, frankly, argue when something happens. So now the how. The vault is incredibly easy for the user. It's secure, it's cloud-based, and it's accessible anytime from anywhere. So when we set about building this back in 2015, before we released it to the world, I charged our development team with, you must make this so intuitive that my 80-year-old mother can do it. And I'll show you in a little while exactly that she can. So people can, in fact, upload their documents. They can store all their account information. They can write out their final instructions and wishes. They can leave video messages for their loved ones and even assign a trusted contact who can access their legacy vault when the time comes. We made it simple, it's straightforward, it's secure. And I overemphasize that all the time, but I don't think I can overemphasize it. It is an ultra secure platform. So anyone has the ability to get their plan in place, even if they're not tech savvy. And notaries utilize the Legacy Vault. They offer it to their clients, some simply as a value added service. Others use it to generate recurring income or one-time sales. It helps clients go beyond the notarial act and truly prepare for life's what ifs. It generates more referrals for our partners. And again, it further differentiates you from all the others. So here's the truth. Every estate plan will eventually be tested. The only question is, when that day comes, will the plan be found? Will it be understood? And will it be followed? And the Legacy Vault makes sure that that answer is always a yes. It's a win for your clients, and it's a win for your business. Bill, I think I got all three questions.
Yeah, I think you nailed it as usual, John. Thank you so much for the explanation about how that works and the summary of the value that the Legacy Vault really does bring to the public, as well as estate planning professionals, and now to our very own community of notary entrepreneurs. Guys, we're celebrated, I think we're working on 18 months now of having this program in place. And I'm excited to report that we have over 100 notary partners already onboarded. So this is happening. This is working. So let me tell you a little bit about how this could look. So to become a professional partner with My Life and Wishes in the Legacy Vault, all you have to do is join the program by choosing your preference between the new monthly subscription option we just rolled out this summer, or there is an annual subscription as well, which we'll go over here in just a moment. Then once you sign up, the man himself, Mr. Braddock here, is going to onboard you at a convenient time via Zoom and just show you the ins and outs of the program and find where everything is. And he's going to give you access to the partner portal, where you can review training materials, marketing assets that this company has already created just for you as notaries. And then all you have to do is simply share this product with everyone you know. And of course, we make this super easy for you to do. The best part of the whole thing, though, is as a notary partner, and this is what really makes this thing stand out, you have exclusive ability to sell the lifetime access to the Legacy Vault customer. This is something that even that John and his company, My Life and Wishes, doesn't sell to the public. No one can get it anywhere else except through you. So let John kind of walk through what this looks like and what the pricing is.
Yeah, exactly. So as Bill mentioned, right now on our website, mylifeandwishes.com, we don't sell lifetime access packages at all. Only our partners are the people that can sell a lifetime or a one-time pay to people. And you'll see in a moment why this can be so valuable to you. So check it out. The suggested retail price of the lifetime access is a one-time payment of $495. And many of our partners sell it for exactly that. But some of them prefer to discount it. So say for veterans or law enforcement, seniors, first responders, or even members of their church. And we don't have any rules about that. You can sell the Legacy Vault for any price you want. The only thing we ask is that if you have this on your website, that the advertised price remain at $495. And that's because we don't want the internet competing with all of you. So everyone has a consistency. But then you can offer the discounts or coupon codes to anyone that you want. And this is what we call total pricing freedom.
And right, this is exactly where it gets even better because no matter what you sell the Legacy Vault for, whether it's $495 or $295, you keep 100% of the revenue from the sales. And it really, I just want to say that again because it's so important. I've never seen anything like this before. You get to keep 100% of the revenue you generate as a notary partner. It's not a commission split. It's not an affiliate program. It's not any kind of revenue sharing program at all. All you have to do is pay your partner fee and you enjoy total pricing freedom, unlimited sales, and you keep 100% of those sales. Imagine if you made your first $495 sale tomorrow. What would an extra $500 this week mean for you? What would you do with that? Can you play with us in the chat? What would you do with an extra $500? What if you sold two? Like we had a partner, John, I think you'll probably talk about this a little later, but she sold two before she was even onboarded. It's 1,000. It's a huge opportunity here. Yeah, reinvest. I like your thinking, Melissa. It's a huge opportunity. And you can offer the Legacy Vault really to pretty much everyone, right, John?
Yeah, exactly. Well, anyone with a pulse, that is. Um, and this is where things get really exciting, right? There are millions of households in the United States that need the product like the Legacy Vault. And I'm on a personal mission to protect 1 million of them. With your help, maybe we can get to 10 million. So who can you offer to? To your friends, your family, clients, past clients, church or civic groups that you belong to or that you're a member of, your networking partners, BNI, chamber meetings, even your colleagues in the notary community. So anyone and everyone is a prospect for Legacy Vault. And don't worry, we have your back the whole way and provide everything you need to help spread the word about the Legacy Vault. That's why I call it a business in a box. Here's how simple it is. When you finish, let's just say you're at a signing and you finish an appointment tomorrow. All you have to say is, oh, I also provide families with a tool that makes sure everything we just signed is actually found when it matters. Would you like to see it? That's it. It's the whole pitch. One of our partners, some of you may know her, Carol Ringwald. She's down in Florida. She says the Legacy Vault practically sells itself. All you have to do is talk about it, and people will want it. Lisa Savoya is one of our newer partners. She just partners with us in September. She didn't even have a website built, and she sold 2 Legacy Vaults the week after she started and on the same day. And she sent me a text message, which was really cool because I always encourage my partners, whenever you sell one, just text me because it just validates what I'm trying to do in the world. And you can do this too. You don't need to be a tech expert. You don't need to be a salesperson. You just need to care about families. The vault will sell itself when you share it.
And the team at My Life in Wishes makes this so easy. And they've created customizable marketing and promotional materials for you to use to both promote the Legacy Vault, but then also to further add value to your Vault customers. So they have material to help you teach how to use it. So you can count on email sales scripts, sales letters, introductory letters, instructions, checklists, and of course, even promotional videos, all created for you. Plus, we just created this new Fast Start kit that will help you map out the people that you already know in your network that could benefit from the Legacy Vault, and we'll give you a text message or an email script So you can get your first 3 to 5 sales immediately and start making money with this thing.
Yeah. And when you become a notary partner with us, you're not thrown to the wolves and forgotten about. This is an extremely hands on process, especially getting you up and started. So I will personally onboard you with a very convenient schedule via Zoom, taking the time to train you in each steps along the way and answering questions that you have. Plus, we have full email support where you can reach out with any questions anytime. Also, my Legacy Vault partners have my cell number. I make myself available because I am here to help you succeed. And it's not just about me. Your fellow notary partners are visionary entrepreneurs and they love sharing ideas and helping each other out. And there's two main ways that we do that. The first is I meet with you twice per month for our partner power hour calls on Zoom. This is where we share successes, wins, lessons, perspectives, and ideas between the partners on how to scale and succeed. The second is we have a private partners Facebook only group for further collaboration and support. And I'm very serious when I tell you, we're in this with you as your success partners. And again, not just us, but your fellow notary partners also. Everyone is helping each other out with presentations, sharing ideas, how to talk to groups. The support of the community is just amazing.
It really is. And I just love the way everybody shares ideas. It's not this competitive feeding frenzy. People are really out there, other notaries, other notary partners sharing ideas. So here's what you get with this business in the box with the Legacy Vault program. First, you get to sell the lifetime access to the Legacy Vault that can't be purchased anywhere else except through you as a partner. Second, you are onboarded by the CEO himself, and you have access to all the training and the support channels. Then you get the um, marketing materials that are tailored to your brand name to make offering the Legacy Vault to your network super easy and smooth. And remember, you can sell as many of these as you want. It never impacts your fee. And you can sell them for as much as you want, the price you want. So whether that's the $495 retail price, whether you want to give a 50% discount or a 100% discount, you can give away as many as you want too. That's what a lot of notaries do to add value to their client relationships. They offer it for free. But regardless, you keep 100% of the revenue. And finally, the sixth thing, which we were just talking about, is so cool. You get this access to the community of notary partners through that private Facebook group. Plus, you get continuing education with John through twice monthly partner calls, partner power hours. And now, with going on 18 months of history with the partner program, we're so excited to announce that finally we do have a program, a payment program designed to make this even more accessible and more affordable to professional notaries. John, you want to tell them about it?
Yeah, you bet. This is something we had never done before, guys. And I've been listening to the notary community over the past year and a half. And we now are offering a monthly subscription option, which has been highly requested. So the thing is, everything that Bill and I have gone over today is now available for $299 per month. And yes, we do ask for a 1 year commitment on this because we invest very, very heavily on the front end, which will bring me to all the amazing bonuses that we have for partners joining. Now, I want to point out that these bonuses are only available for a limited time because we can't have them hang out there forever. So these are for those that are really ready to roll. So they'll only be available to those who join us between now and this coming Friday. The bonus package will expire on Friday, October 31st at witching hour, midnight Pacific time,
Perfect for Halloween.
Halloween. So the first bonus is here's what you get. We're including an automatic upgrade to a custom white labeled branded portal for you. This is something we typically charge a $1,500 setup fee for, but we're completely waiving this for you, our notary partner. That means with this white labeled product, every time and everything we've talked about today, plus the custom portal with your brand, your logo, your colors, this means that every time your client logs into their legacy vault, guess which name they see? Yours. They're seeing you. You want to talk about staying top of mind with your clients. And don't worry, I'm going to give you a brief demo of exactly what one of those looks like here in just a couple of minutes.
The other cool thing I love about this is these lifeline support calls with John directly. So if you were to come across a prospect or an opportunity and you need some help brainstorming it or figuring out exactly how to present it, you can schedule a call with John to help you figure it out. I mean, that's how committed he is to furthering his mission of protecting 1 million lives and helping you build a business around that mission. He wants to make sure that you are a successful notary partner.
Yeah, and Fast Start bonus number 3 is our legacy bag. And here's what we'll provide to you. It's our exclusively branded My Life and Wishes carry-all bag. I'm going to include 5 copies of my best-selling book, Click Here When I Die. Many of our partners give those out to people as gifts. And 2 of our My Life and Wishes mini notebooks and pens, as well as 2 life planning organizers. And those are helpful for those products that just absolutely want to do things the manual way. So it's basically they can fill in all the blanks like they would do on the computer, but if they don't use a computer, this can be very helpful. And many of our partners will resell that to them.
Yeah, let's talk about that real quick too, because I think that's so important. Because Melissa even said her parents don't use a computer, and there are some people that either refuse to do it, won't do it, or whatever. But one of the other cool things that you can do is you can be a scribe and an admin or a concierge, as many of our partners call it, and actually handle this part of it for them. So they'll fill it out manually and you input the digital form in their vault. And you can charge extra for that too. So it's super cool opportunity that covers everything. There's literally no excuses to do this. So the fourth big bonus that expires this Friday on Halloween at midnight, we're now including membership into my school community called High Performance Notary. That's where we focus on goals, daily productivity habits, and accountability. It has all kinds of cool stuff in it, but it's only available and included in the partner program if you sign up by this Friday at midnight. So inside HPN, we provide the structure and support that's going to help you excel no matter what specialty you're focusing on. But the legacy vault is included in that. In fact, we have some cool daily prospecting tools for you in there. But in addition to that, you get all of my books downloadable and free for you to use. You get many of my courses, in fact, most of them. We, of course, have live calls like our weekly success ritual that we do every week. We have our weekly office hours with me where you can ask any type of question. And of course, I have AI training, Chat GPT. We do that once a month as well. Plus, I include all the challenges from my Notary Business Building Challenge book. I've updated those with videos. Plus, we do a weekly collective challenge every single Tuesday morning. So that's all included for you as well. And it's a super engaged community. We have over 100 or I'm sorry, 100. I think we're at 870 notary entrepreneurs now that are inside this community, committed to building a business and committed more to personal and business growth. Plus, we celebrate um, that engagement. We have um, most of my most popular courses are in there as well, including the Sign and Thrive loan signing agent training. We have the World of Apostille training and certification with Judy Lawrence, the queen of apostilles. We have the Certified Reverse Mortgage Program with Nina Penny. We have the Get Known strategy for social media and content creation. We have the search engine optimization course. And of course, we have to have the Google Business Profile Mastery course with Jim Allen. He's the marketing notary. That's all in there. All those courses alone would sell for $1,500. But now they're included in HPN, which we charge $49 a month for just to participate. So over the course of the year, that's about $588, and notary partners get that for free. It's included. So recap what you get here. You sign up to become an exclusive partner. You can sell the lifetime legacy vault, which no one else can buy except through a professional partner like you. You get the customized marketing materials to help you offer the legacy vault to your network. Plus, you get marketing videos that you can add to your website or social media to help sell the benefits of the legacy vault. John does the live onboarding with you directly, and that's all done via Zoom and convenient for you. And then you also get training tutorials. Your customers get training materials that teaches them how to use it. And you can sell as many of these legacy vaults as you want at any price that you want. So you get unlimited deployments. You can give away or sell as many as you want. And you get total pricing freedom. That's priceless, guys. That means you can sell as many as you want or give as many away. And your membership fee, your partner fee, stays the same no matter what. Plus, you get all of that ongoing support. John hosts the Partner Power Hour twice per month, and it's super engaged call where they share ideas and you hear from other partners who are out in the field. What's working? What's not? And plus, he has that engaged Facebook community as well. And then we just added these 4 huge bonuses for you that's available until this Friday only. You get upgraded to the custom branded package, which you're going to get to see that in just a few minutes here. It's custom branded, branded to you. Every time somebody logs in, they're going to see the name of your business. And it's usually $1,500, but it's being waived. Second, you get those lifeline calls with John so you can brainstorm ideas or ask questions. You get the bag of goodies that includes the life planning organizers and 5 copies, paperback copies of his Click Here When You Die book. And finally, you get access to my high performance notary community on School with 870 other notaries, plus 7 courses, plus all of my books, everything that's included in that community. So it's like $11,000 worth of value. And you can get it all for just $299 a month. Or if you prefer to pay annually, we have that too. And I think John's going to mention that here in a second too.
Yeah, so let's just talk about making a sale. What if you made just one sale per month at $495? You'd have a return on your investment immediately. But let's look at how it grows, because this is where it gets exciting. Just one sale a week, and I'm not a notary, but I know you all are in front of, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 people a week. And if you're talking about this, if you just made one sale a week, that's an extra $25,000 a year. But what if you really were talking to folks about this and you sold 4 a week? That's an extra 100,000 a year. And the sky is literally the limit after that.
So you basically have 2 choices today, guys. You can opt out and say, hey, this isn't for me. And we totally understand that because this kind of opportunity and the investment and the commitment is not for everyone. And that's okay. But the second option that you have here is to go for it. For just $299 a month, you're getting an opportunity here to receive $495 in return over and over and over and over again. And you don't have to share that. So if you can see the vision, we have a place for you. We're ready for you right now. If you're ready for this level of greatness. And at $299 a month, you don't even need to sell it. You could use it as a client retention program. The options are literally endless with this. But now is the time to jump in while you can with this monthly subscription at the absolute lowest price it will ever be again.
Yeah, and also, so the 299 a month is extremely helpful for many of our partners. But I've had a few people actually private message me in the chat saying, "Hey, is there an annual option? Because you mentioned it." And the answer is yes. The annual investment is $2,990, $29.90, which is $600 per year savings from the monthly option. So we now have the two options, either the annual or the monthly. But the options exist so that you can opt for what best fits into your budget. So, hey, if you're ready to join us, and I'm going to show you a demo inside the platform in a minute, but if this sounds like this is something that you can see fitting into your business, just type a 2 in the chat if you would. Let's just see how many are ready to protect families and build wealth.
Yeah, awesome.
There we go. Excellent. And
Yeah,
if you join us today, I challenge you to share the vault with just one client this week. 9 times out of 10, when they hear what it does, they're going to say, I need that. The first yes builds instant confidence, right? And you can do this.
absolutely. And I think it's become clear, right, guys? Awesome. Thank you. And Guy, yes. Guy asked the question, if you start monthly, can you convert to an annual later? Yes, absolutely. We make that super easy to do. But I think it's become crystal clear, right? That John Braddock is not your typical CEO who lives up in a tower and he hides behind a team, right? He's the real deal. He's accessible to you. So if you're still on the fence, and if you're still got some questions about whether or not this is the right fit for you, if you got a particular situation you want to talk about, he wants to connect with you directly today. And so he's blocked off an entire afternoon today from what was it, from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m., John,
Yes.
to talk to you one-on-one today. That's Pacific time. I'm sorry, 2 to 5 p.m. Pacific time. These are going to be short 20-minute conversations, but it's not a pitch. There's no pressure or anything. It's just a chance for you to ask the questions and to get straight answers to see if partnership makes sense for you or the families you serve or the opportunities that you have. So if you've been sitting here thinking, yes, I love this. Maybe you've already clicked. Maybe you've already joined. So welcome to the partner program. We get that a lot too. But maybe you're sitting here thinking, I'm just not sure because of this. This is your chance. I want you to grab a spot with John Braddock right now so you can have a private conversation. I know how it gets. Me not want to ask everything right here on a call with so many people on it. There's a link in the chat to book a private 20-minute call with John today. And when you do that, I want you to promise yourself and promise John that you're going to show up to that call and ask whatever question is holding you back right now? Figure it out. Maybe it's a good fit, maybe it's not, but you'll figure that out on that call. But if you're ready, if you're sure, if you're in, use the QR code on the screen or go to notarycoach.com/partner right now and sign up. Just posted that in there. Yeah, Cynthia, partner program with these bonuses closes Friday, October 31st at midnight. Guys, don't wait till then. It's going to be Halloween. You are going to be distracted. If you're like me, you might be hiding in the basement with the lights off.
And
If you're in the neighborhood full
here's
of
another
kids.
thing too, Bill.
Yeah.
Before we go hide in the basement or get tired of handing out candy to the kids that are coming up to the door. So anyone that's ready to get going and knows they're ready and joins, our typical schedule is that once you join and you get us the materials that we need, which is your logo, give us your website URL, our team can start branding everything. And usually we will do your onboarding within 7 business days. Now, my commitment is that if you join today or tomorrow and get those assets to me by the end of tomorrow, you'll be onboarded by the end of this week, by Friday.
Wow.
I mean, if someone jumped on now and then said, yeah, I'm in, and they sent me their stuff, I could onboard them Wednesday. It'd only take my team, 24 hours to build out the custom branded portal and then all the onboarding materials.
That's pretty amazing. Thank you for that, John. Does your team know about that?
Some of them watch the replays and they do that so they can deliver on all the promises.
I love that. But that's amazing. It's this close. And we just talked about Lisa, who was it before the website or even before the onboarding? She was just ready to go. She's just jumped right on it.
Yeah, she had finished her onboarding. We had done it on a Friday, and it was the next, I believe it was Wednesday, that she was actually calling my cell phone, and I was actually on a Zoom, so I couldn't take it. And then she sent through a text message following. She said, "I don't want to bother you. I just wanted to let you know I just sold 2 legacy vaults." And before she had a website or anything, she was just doing it from the onboarding materials that we had created for her. So
amazing.
yeah.
All right. So I'm going to prepare for everybody who hangs out for the entire call. Remember, you get a free PDF version of John's book. Click here when I die. I'm preparing that right now. So I'll have that set up for you in the chat here in just a moment. But before we move into the Q&A, John, I wondered, would you like to do a demo of the custom branded, like white label branded website that partners use?
Yeah, absolutely. If you can.
I'll stop sharing.
And I will share. Okay. You confirm you can see that?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. So this is our website at My Life and Wishes. And when people come to our website to log in, they get our brand and our logo and things. And I don't really care what people see. They don't need to see me. So as an example, this is one of our newer partners, Janine Giami. Some of you may know her. And so what our partners do is if they have the ability to add a page onto their website, they do it themselves, or if they have a tech person, who can do that. They can add the page to their site. And many of our partners don't have a resource, and we have a resource for you that can help you with sites. And so what they'll do is, they'll have their services listed out, trusts and estates and apostille, but they'll put a page in for the legacy vault. And this is a great place for when you're talking to people, when they say, hey, can you show me more? Say, yeah, here, scan this QR code, and it'll take them right to your site. And here she's got a 4-minute video that tours the inside of the site. A video, it talks about Tammy. It's 2 minutes long, and Tammy recently lost her mother and trying to find bank accounts. And it really paints the picture and helps people understand it. All these assets we have available for you to be able to use. She's got her subscription option down here for a one-time payment. She includes some downloads, which we can make available to really help people and be a resource. But the beautiful part of this is when her clients go to log into their account, they always go to her website first, which is amazing, keeping her top of mind. And then they simply click on Legacy Vault Login. And it will bring them to a login page that no longer looks like us. It looks like her. And when they log inside, just to show you how easy the platform is, it is her experience, not ours any longer. If they click on her logo, it backlinks to her website. So it's another way to keep your clients in the circle. Now, it is powered by My Life and Wishes, okay? Because, it's our platform. This contact us button when clients are in there, and the support button on the top header, they go to our team. They can either email our support team or they can call a toll-free number. When they call that toll-free number, they speak to someone right here in Scottsdale, Arizona, who in fact speaks English, and you don't have to press 1 and then get connected to Alibaba, who doesn't speak English so good. So very helpful resource. As I indicated, everything is laid out so my mother could do this. So everything is in clearly defined sections: personal, financial, family, who the advisors are, documents and accounts, videos, end-of-life wishes. And in each section, there are subsections. So a place for the personal information can be listed out. A place that they can include their co-owner, their spouse, their significant other, their life partner, has a place for all their important things. They can list healthcare providers. And everything is easy. They don't have to think. We ask the questions. Who's a healthcare provider? What do they treat? You want to put an address, phone number in? They can do that. Also a place for employer information, education, under financial, the things that many of you have already been on the scavenger hunt looking for: bank accounts, loans, credit cards, investments. And what I tell people is under bank accounts, it's anywhere you're hiding money. It may not just be a brick and mortar. So the home safe. I hear from estate planning attorneys all the time. Families had to spend $250 to have a locksmith come get into the safe because dad took the combo with him. So we can leave the instructions for family. Under the mattress, the money you got crammed in a coat in a closet somewhere that your significant other doesn't know is there. And if you died, they're going to take the clothes off the rack and take them to Goodwill. And someone at Goodwill is going to make a lot of money. There's a place to include any debt obligations you may have. Could be personal loans or student loans, auto loans, home equity loans, mortgages. These are all the things that the estate planning attorneys are asking families to go and find when they're probating an estate. So it's very easy for them to walk through and enter. The credit cards. First thing we have to do when someone dies is cancel credit cards, because everything in our lives recurs in auto pay on credit cards. But unless family knows exactly what your cards are and where to contact the credit card company, recurring charges will continue. Same for investments. We always tell people there's 3 advisors they should always list. the estate planning attorney, the financial advisor, and the accountant. Those three people are three people that families will have to work with following the loss of a loved one. And documents and accounts. This is where all the important documents are stored. The family trust, birth certificates, naturalization papers, medical records, medication listing, military discharge papers, all easily uploadable. Last couple of years' tax returns, proof of ownership documents, household inventory. We built this to help make things easier for family when I die. An added benefit of this platform is natural disasters. People who live in hurricane-prone areas, flood-prone areas, tornadoes, wildfires, where we see all year long families losing everything in its physical format. And having a digitized copy not only makes things easier for my family when I die, God forbid some disaster happens to my home, it's going to make rebuilding my life a lot easier having these things. And household inventories make the fight with insurance companies even easier. Let's see. We also have a separate place for life insurance policies. They can upload a copy, take a picture, scan the declarations page. But even if they don't have that ability, what I tell people is, look, just list if you have life insurance. I have a life insurance policy. It's with Boston Mutual. Family will find it, and that life insurance will not become part of the $7 billion in unclaimed life insurance. Household accounts.
Yeah.
And in website logins, this is my biggest pet peeve in the world, A to Z, Amazon to Zoom. Many of these things are on recurring pay and auto pay, such as the Amazon Prime, my AT&T. Let's not forget about your airline miles, because they may be transferable. How are we going to access your Gmail or your Google Drive? If you use a 1Password password manager, then that's the only password that would need to be in there if you religiously used that. And my biggest pet peeve is Facebook, because I have deceased friends with active Facebook accounts who've been gone as long as 10 years. Families still haven't taken them down because they don't know how, they didn't know what a legacy contact was, and then they still have to send Mark Zuckerberg a death certificate. The easiest thing I find is to tell my family, hey, I have Facebook. Here's my login credentials. Challenge questions in case you get asked, and tell them what to do. Upon my death, delete it or memorialize it. My family would be able to, within 24 hours, if they had the time, log in and take down all of my digital identities. All right. Last couple of real quick things that we have. We have the Video Vault, which is my personal favorite. This is where you can leave loving messages to your family. Or as Dean Eason Williams says, it's the time capsule. I think Dean actually jumped on our call a little while ago.
Yeah.
Which I love the name. But you can leave messages to family for after the fact, or maybe grandma blowing out the candles on her 100th birthday, something that you want to preserve for a lifetime. And the end of life wishes, for crying out loud, let's make sure, because no one ever wants to talk about it. Let's tell family what institution to handle, the arrangements. Do I want to be buried or cremated or aquamation or natural organic reduction? Who do you want to perform it? Is it just a memorial service, or is it your pastor, your rabbi? What about pallbearers, speakers, music, notes, food, drink? All the things that family, in the worst possible time of their life, within the first 72 hours, are having to answer all of these questions and think them through. And they're hoping that they're making choices that would be pleasing to the deceased. So let's not make them guess, right? Place for your pets, very important. Who's your pet? Type, age, breed. If I die, who's going to take care of my pet? I can provide care and feeding instructions, veterinarian contact information, if there are many medical issues, and on and on. Also helpful in a incapacity situation. And we also have a place for our veterans. We pre-populate with the Fed VA, but many of our vets will put in their local VA, and they can put in their DD 214 number, list the branch of service. They can put in their actual service dates and upload copies of papers. One final thing that I will show you all in here is an authorized user. This is our secret sauce. Someone's going to need to access my account some point in the future. And so maybe it's a responsible adult child. Maybe it's a highly trusted sibling. Maybe it's Bill Soroka. I don't. And all I would do is I'd put in their first, last name, their email address, and then I can choose what they can see and or edit within my account. Now, for clarity, I would never let anyone edit anything in my account. They're only going to need to see it when the time comes. Now, what prevents my daughter from logging into my account when I don't want her to is if she goes to log in, she will get a pop-up, which is going to say, Mary, you're about ready to access your dad's account. He will be notified immediately. Do you wish to continue? And there's a bailout button, because I know my kids, they will never log in if they know I'm going to know they were in there. If an authorized user actually did log in, I would immediately get an email telling me who accessed my account, time and date stamped, and the IP address it came from. So if I'm dead, I'm not going to see the email and it's working as expected. If I do see the email, I'm going to call my daughter and say, sweetheart, I'm not dead. Why were you in my account? And I can always then go in and change permissions. For clarity, what I would do, I don't want my kids to see my financial information if they got nosy. I don't want them to see my trust document, and I certainly don't want them to see the videos that I've left for them. So I can toggle those off. Now, if they logged in, I can still say, get out of my account. You shouldn't be in it. But if I died, they immediately know my end of life wishes. They know who my advisors and contacts are, and they can do all the planning until we get a death certificate and we unlock those other sections for them. Okay. And that's what makes our platform rather unique.
Yeah, powerful.
Let me pop out of that, turn off the screen share.
Yeah, wow. Thank you, John.
You're welcome.
Guys, so you can see there's probably some part of you that says, holy cow, I need this. Or why didn't they have this 20 years ago? This is the kind of product that changes lives. Just on the user side of things too, but on the business side of things, being a Legacy Vault partner answers those three questions that every entrepreneur, notary or not, has to answer. How can I make more money per appointment? How can I raise my ticket price? Second question, how can I earn more revenue per customer over the lifetime relationship? How can I get repeat business? How can I keep bringing more value to that one relationship I already have rather than hitting the hamster wheel of grinding for new customers all the time? And then, of course, question three is how can I just get more customers? This product answers all three in a huge way. And I'm going to move to Q&A now so we can talk about this. Ask your questions. We'll allow you to raise your hands here in just a moment, but as promised, we have a special gift for you for just hanging out with us on a Monday to the very end here. It's our way of saying thank you. And you can grab a copy of John's book. It's a best-selling book and an enlightening book at that. Click here when I die. I'm going to post the PDF of that into the chat for you right now. Should be appearing here momentarily. There it goes. I got that Montana internet now, so it takes a little bit slower. Things move slower up here. But let's do that. So let's move now. Feel free to download this PDF. If you're having trouble with it, just shoot me an email at orders@notarycoach.com or reply to any of the emails I sent you that got you here. I answer every single one. So let's take a look. Now, I also want to post this in here. There's one question already that I see about the payment. What was the payment due amount on one of the screens? Does the account user need to pay a subscription fee for the legacy vault? Oh, interesting question. John, you want to jump on that?
Yeah, absolutely. So that account or screen that I was showing is a demo account that I have set up. And so what we charge users if they show up on the street and buy our product is $129 a year. So we don't do a lifetime subscription. So that's why you saw that in the screen. So 129, but no, you sell it to the client, and then in their inside their platform, it says you are on a recurring plan. So after it's been sold, so that's just in my demo in there
Yeah.
because I'm actually
When they
it's
buy
my
it from
company.
you,
I'm actually paying myself to use my own demo.
good thinking. Yeah, when they buy it from you, there's no other fee, guys. It's whatever fee you charge, you're the one that's charging it. So that's either going to be lifetime, or you might see some examples where people charge a discounted annual fee. So if John and My Life and Wishes are charging 129, you'll see some people charging 100 or 110 or 79, even a little bit less. I've seen some at $49 per year and things like that. It's total pricing freedom. You're free to do whatever you want, but the strategic decision you have is that you are the only one likely that your network will ever talk to that has access to the lifetime subscription, one-time payment for $495 that they can purchase that for. And if they live more than what, 4 years, 5 years, it's a heck of a deal. So let's move to the Q&A section now. I know you've got some questions. You've got the CEO of the company here. You can raise your hand, ask questions. If you're shy, you can type them in the chat. Or if you can't get the audio visual stuff working, I get that too.
I know we have a couple of partners on. I don't know if Dean's driving or whatever. Dean's one of our original partners from April of 2024. He's been using Legacy Vault a long time, very active in our community. Is there anything that you could share, Dean? Maybe like what really got you started and jumping in way back when?
Well, sure. Thanks for letting me say a few words. What got me started was obviously, as you well know, what I went through with my dad. The scavenger hunt, if you will, and wishing that I had a product like this going through that. Well, and actually with multiple members of the family, but actually having everything all at one location. And you mentioned, I call it the time capsule. I wish that I would have had this when my mom passed, or before my mom passed in 1996. And yes, that was 1996. Because I mean, I have video and audio of my dad and everything else, but this was long before cell phones and a lot of the wonderful stuff that we have these days. I just wish that I could hear her voice again. And so by having something like the Video Vault, just being able to record. And there's been a lot of folks that use that for various things like recipes and family stories and, future messages and such. And when I'm telling folks about the Legacy Vault, that is basically the selling point. When I get to that, they're like, wow, I love that. And I'm like, I do too. I wish, I would have had it, myself. But I mean, this product is, it's amazing. The moment that you tell somebody about it, they're like, wow, that's a great idea. And it sells itself. And I mean, it's easy to, get the materials together. It's easy to market. It's easy to talk about, and it's easy to use. So, I mean, I don't, it's just, it's a great product. And if it wasn't a great product, I wouldn't have invested uh, way back then, and I wouldn't have renewed already. So it's great.
Thank you, Dean. I really appreciate that.
Excellent. Thank you, Dean. Anybody else have any questions? Beautiful. Well, thank you so much for spending Monday with us. John, any clue? Oh, we got one more. All right. Awesome. Guy, thanks for jumping in there. Come on up.
Hey, Bill, you were talking there just a bit ago about selling it for a monthly amount, $49.99, whatever. If I were to do that, would I be responsible for collecting those monthly payments, or is that a provision of the program that would be done by My Life and Wishes?
Yeah, great question. So you handle all payments. So whatever
Okay.
payment structure, facility, whatever you decide to use, you would be responsible for. So the cool thing is though, with technology where it is today, like with Stripe, subscriptions are relatively easy. They come with their own baggage though. Don't get me wrong. Like, I mean, you're going to get notification. There's a process that Stripe does for collecting fees, but once that process is done, the dunning process, you'll have to step in and follow up with clients that have expired credit cards and what have you. So there's all of those things that exist for that. So that's real. That's why we really lean towards the lifetime plan. That's a one-time substantial fee that you don't have to worry about again. The clients get taken care of forever. You collect your revenue and you move on. If there's any questions, John's team supports it. And they're always going to your website to log in. So you get the top of mind. You get all the benefits without any of the hassle when you sell the lifetime.
Okay. And then, John, as I was listening to you talk about videos and being able to hear mom's voice and that kind of stuff, I know a lot of women that do scrapbooking. And I would think that could be built into this pretty well too. And then instead of having to create an album for 8 or 10 different relatives, you could have one album that they could all access.
That's interesting. That's a good concept. I kind of like that. I'm not really sure how, it could tie in, but what an individual could do is they could just, take pictures or scan each page of all the scrapbook, right? And then convert it as a PDF and be able
Sure.
to upload it directly into the vault. I think it's a great idea.
Okay.
You know, one on that same line, Guy, I think this is a great idea. I have started adding Google document links to my own legacy vault, where to find things like that. Sometimes it's manuscripts, sometimes it's long letter to somebody or journal entries and those types of things. So there's kind of endless options when it comes to that creativity that you could add.
Thank you.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, I mean, literally anything, at this point, we don't we don't allow uploading of pictures, PNG, JPEG, those kind of things. The reason for that is we all have like 27,000 photos either on Android or Apple, right? And we're not going to crush space for that. And so what I tell people is if they have a certain photo that they really want in there, it's very easy to convert the photo into a PDF and then they can upload it. But anything you can think of that you can put into a PDF, you can upload that in there. You know.
Absolutely. PDFs or links. The links work just as well for Google
Absolutely.
Docs and things like that.
Yeah. Or worst case scenario, at least go in there in a document section, say the scrapbook, and tell them where it's located, the physical scrapbook.
Yeah. And who you want it to go to. Like, what's your intention with it? Right. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I always tell people if there's certain things that you want to leave, your Rolex watch to one kid and the tools to another, and this is listed out in there because we have a section in there for gifts and plans where you can specify who gets things. Because let us not make any mistake that families do fight over stuff after someone dies. Mom promised the china to both the girls, and they are both going to fight over that china.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes death brings out the best in people, but it can also bring out the worst.
Yeah,
Oh, death brings out the ugliest, Dean says.
sure does.
All right, guys, we'll wrap it up here. We've had a great session. Oh, Parker says she'd like to hear more about the site security. So, Parker, there's not going to be any upcoming presentations that's different than this. So, I think we better talk about it right now, John. I'm surprised it took this long for security to come up, but we usually get that question right off the bat. But that's perfect. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, it's a great question. So, we started the company in February of 2015. We launched to the world in June of 2016. So, well over a year. Our foundation is security. It is not a feature. We built this from security up and then decided what was going to be in there. So we utilize AES 256, which is government military grade encryption. I would never say something couldn't be hacked, but AES 256 has never been hacked. And there's a lot of reasons for that. We do not have our own servers. Everything is stored with Microsoft Azure in the cloud all across the United States with all their backup locations and redundancies. And everything is stored individually. So therefore, unlike when Target got breached, a hole gets punched in the wall and now someone's inside has accessed all this data. If someone could figure out AES 256, they would actually access one account. To further expand on that, so if an account is shared, so Michelle, my wife, and I have a joint account, owner, co-owner in there. Her path into our vault is completely different than my path into the vault. Totally separate encryption keys on every login that happens. And we are also what is called a zero knowledge company. That means because of the encryption and where it's stored and housed, we can't see anything that anyone has in their account. We know if they've entered data or uploaded documents, but nothing can be seen at all. So if someone calls and says, can you help me with this or tell me what I have in this section? The answer is no, we can't. I can help you reset your password, and teach you how to upload documents and things, but we can't see a thing. We strongly suggest that everyone use two-factor authentication with their smartphone. In all likelihood, the only way someone would be able to access another person's account would be as if someone else had their username, their password, and that user was not using two-factor authentication. Because even if someone has my login credentials, I use two-factor authentication, they don't have my phone. They're not getting in.
Yeah, huge.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Parker, for that question. That's so important. And John, thank you for the detailed response.
Absolutely.
Cynthia asked if we decide to sign up by Friday, October 31st at midnight, where do you go? You go to notarycoach.com/partner to sign up. And I posted that link in the chat for you too. And if you're watching the replay on YouTube or on the landing page, you can just scroll down a little bit and we'll have that link for you. Now, Gail also asked a question. I want us to talk about this too. Gail says, just to be clear, it's $299 per month for the notary, which includes a membership to High Performance Notary. Then the notary can set the fee for the client. And the best value for the client is that $495 lifetime access fee. John, can you confirm that?
It reads perfectly to me. Yes, $299 a month. We do ask for a year commitment, simply because, you know, we're doing the full branded site, which we usually charge 1,500 up front for. So we just need you to stick with us, and we'll help you out. And yeah, then you get the HPN membership, which, you know, if you were going to join HPN anyway, you know, just back $600 off, or $49 a month off the cost. And yeah, you set the fee for the client. You can charge them whatever you want, but you know, we have some partners will do an annual subscription for something less than what we do at 129. They might go 119 or something like that. But yeah, absolutely, the best value for an end user, $495 one-time payment. Spot on.
What made me excited about this particular price point, guys, is, you know, for those who know my story, when I first was starting to figure out how to make money at this, and uh, I just chose $100,000 a year, that was what I needed to make, right? So I did some reverse engineering. And when you boil it down, to make 100 grand a year and still be able to take 2 weeks vacation off, you have to make $400 a day, 5 days a week for 50 weeks per year. So what do we have here? We have a product where you get paid $495 every time you sell it. So think about, if I had this product 10 years ago, where profits and revenue could have been, what life could have been. I worked my ass off to make $1,200, $1,500 a day, or even $2,000 a day. This works a lot differently. You've got a much higher ticket item. Less work, more money. And many of us are in that particular part of our life where this starts to make sense. Where are you going to be for retirement? What's retirement look like for a notary? Some people become a notary in retirement. But then there's a point where you're getting in and out of cars, driving after dark. It's like it starts to lose its appeal a little bit, right? Now you have another way to stay tapped in, still make money, still make a difference in people's lives right here with this. So I hope to see you in the program. John, any closing words for us?
Only closing words. If you're ready, we have your back 100%, and let's go make a dent in the universe together.
Awesome. Amazing. Help us protect 1 million families, 1 million households in America with this Legacy Vault Notary Partner Program. Hope to see you in there. Thank you for sharing so much of your Monday afternoon with us. And thank you, John, for even making this possible for our notary community.
Happy to do it. Thank you.